If you were to read news reports on last year's riots a little too literally, you might believe that the riots are caused not by social unrest, but BlackBerry phones. More specifically, impoverished kids wielding BlackBerry phones. The Nokia Asha 201 looks a little like a BlackBerry, but costs a lot less. It sells for under £50, letting potential rioters get tooled up on the cheap. In actuality, the key audience for the curvy Asha is the emerging Indian market, but it has won itself a place on UK shelves too. At 14mm thick, it's not particularly slim, but then style never comes cheap. The top feature of this phone is, of course, its physical keyboard. It arranges the full QWERTY layout into 4 rows of dinky contoured keys for faster texting. The layout is pretty good, fitting both numbers and the most commonly used symbols comfortably into the standard phone width. However, there is a slight sponginess to the key action that means it can't quite rival the best from BlackBerry. It's also not quite as cute as another notable rival, the HTC Cha-Cha. It's all plastic and all white aside from a few silvery buttons on the front and a light pearlescence to the battery cover. Nokia has kept the sides pretty bare too, with just an extra long flap to cover the microSD slot. All the other connections are up top. That's the micro USB slot, the 3.5mm headphone jack and the proprietary charge socket. Yes, while every other phone manufacturer under the sun uses micro USB to charge, Nokia's budget models still use an awkward skinny jack. This old-fashioned throwback exists because the Asha 201 runs a throwback OS. It uses the Series 40 platform, which has been around since 1999. It has, thankfully, moved on a bit since then though. It offers a home screen you can customize with widget-like function bars, including email and calendar notifications. The Asha 201 is also fully social networked up. A pre-installed app called Social pulls together support for Facebook, Twitter, Orkut and Flickr. Each has its own tailored user interface, and the app sensibly doesn't try to merge updates from social networks together. We say sensibly because the Asha 201 screen can't hold that much information. Just 2.4 inches across and 240 by 320 pixels, it's very small and quite blocky. Social networking and web browsing are also held back by the lack of speedy connectivity. There's no Wi-Fi and no 3G, and even grabbing a few text tweets from the interweb will take you a handful of seconds. If you want to download pictures or video, you should look elsewhere. Being this slow means the keyboard's best suited to text messages rather than emailing. Running Series 40, you also miss out on the snazzy games that Android owners can enjoy. You do, however, get a full version of Solitaire, which is nice. Other than being fairly cheap, the Asha 201 is king of no castles. The keyboard is quicker to use than a small touchscreen, but having no quick connectivity limits its usefulness outside of text messaging. Without the benefits of BlackBerry Messenger, or the feature bonuses of a similarly priced Android phone, the Asha 201's chances of becoming a smash hit have all but burnt up to a crisp.